real key is the fact that Fav used that black hole when he was already pretty much dead. And now they don't have it for another 60 seconds. So they're not able to counteract with their big teamfight ultimate. Whereas the Radiant team are making the most of Roar every time it is available. They're getting these individual pickoffs and really moving well with the entirety of their team. This is a different look from Mango Gaming than we saw in the first game. The first game they got behind, they played conservatively and systematically worked their way back into it, albeit in a really drawn-out match. But in the second game, they're looking like the aggressors. Really strong TP ganks, as well as movement by these heroes. But on the bottom lane, Magic Tim in a bad spot. Freak, one more auto tech will take him down, and down he goes. Klink's picking up a kill on top of Leshrak. And he also is only about 400 gold away from finishing off the entirety of his Orchid. Now the tier 1 on the bottom is going to take some damage. It's dropping down to half health pretty quickly. And this is the power of a Klink's. A lot of people underrate his pushing power. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the dive is able to take down Shadow Shaman. They use the Roar to do it. Like I said, Roar coming really strongly into effect here. And now Riki does have enough for his mantle, so getting really close to finishing off his defusal. Fav, meanwhile, going to opt for a BKB first as he picks up an Ogre Club in his bank. Nature's Prophet, only 600 gold in the bank, so his farm is not very good either. 14 minutes, it's not where you want your Nature's Prophet to be. Klink's is the really big hope for this team. I mean, we can check out the net worth. He's leading the way by 800 gold, so it's a good look. We have a Blade Giver, Queen of Pain. They're going to catch off Rush. Rush is just going to turn around and auto on Daddy is home. He's going to take a good amount of damage. The dust has revealed him. One more scream should be enough to take him down, and down he goes. Tornado comes in from Invoker from the river, but it's not enough to stop them from killing Riki Maru. And just as I said, he's getting really close to finishing off his defusal. Just set back just a little bit as he spends most of his gold before he dies. Now Fav on the bottom lane, he is pretty far up, but the TP out from Leshrak is going to allow him to push this lane by himself. The aggression coming out from the Dire team. We see Queen of Pain, Klink's, as well as Nature's Prophet in the area. KIZ does have a Roar now, so going to look for a Roar opening on one of these heroes. Oh, but the tower is already dead, and they're going to back off pretty quickly. And it looks like a really strong play there from the Dire to get the tower and back off. KIZ not able to isolate a hero and take him down. Daddy still needs to be careful, though. Now sitting on 1,600 gold, so has come back a little bit. Now KIZ looking for that Roar. You can see the animation. Here it goes, the Roar, but the disruption, it blocks off his own teammate. And a horrible circumstance, the Sonic Wave comes out. Magic Tim drops. Freak is going to get Demonic Purge, but that's not a big deal. Fav is going to back off a little bit. Everybody's here for the Dire. Fav, one more hit will take him down. Can they get it? Oh, down he goes. The Blink got him by Rush. And now Rush able to finish off Rasta as well. Daddy's home has to blink away. Kokorism going to TP out. And it ends up being an even 2-for-2 trade. Or is it done yet? Another auto on top of Daddy. His homie blinks into the trees, but he doesn't have enough mana. He could toggle his boots, and he will. But there is no tread swapping. Interesting call. There we go. The tread swap, and now he can TP out. And he will get out safely. So ends up being an even trade. 2 supports for essentially 2 supports. It's not the worst case scenario for both teams, but definitely could have been worse the way it started off. The disruption on top of a Roared target. That is the exact opposite of what you want. In fact, that's what a Shadow Demon would do if he was on Queen of Pain's team, not on the opposite team. So they have to communicate a little bit better there. That could have cost them the entirety of the fight. Getting off that Sonic Wave afterwards, meanwhile, she would have been dead. So a little bit more careful moving forward. Kill lead is only 12-10, even though it seems like the game is well in favor of Mango Gaming right now. On the top lane, we see trouble. Klink's is going to go down. Kokorism going to be in trouble as well. The Cold Snap and a couple autos. Down he goes. So 2 more kills. Just as I say how even it is. 14-10. Now the kill lead for Mango Gaming. Middle lane, we see KIZ coming forward a little bit. Roar was used in that last encounter. Now Shadow Shaman going to pop off the Serpent Wards on the tower and try and finish it off. A Ward will spot off the rotation in from Leshrak. The Serpent Wards aren't going to focus on the tower. They're going to bring KIZ down really low. KIZ is going to stand his ground, so we'll see if they're able to finish it off. Yeah, the tower's in the deny range as well, so it looks like this is going to be a minor victory for Mango Gaming, getting the deny in the tower, forcing them back. Meanwhile, Fav, let's see where he stands. 500 gold in the bank. He does pick up a magic wand, still working towards that BKB, but a ways away from finishing it off, and that's going to be problematic for him. There are a lot of interrupts on the enemy team. In fact, everybody has 1 at least. So to get off a full black hole, he's going to have to be magnificent. Just going to have to look for openings in the time between to try and find one or two heroes that aren't grouped up with the entirety of their team. But Mango Gaming are doing a good job of moving in mass. And Freak now going to run into Fable, who is semi-alone, and he pops off the Orchid, and down he goes, but they're going to turn it around to Speak. They're going to drop the Cloud on top of him, and the auto attack damage is enough to finish him off. One more hit, down he goes. Clinks is dead. Daddy is home, going to turn and focus on Rush. He goes down, and now they're going to get one more auto on Magic Tim. He goes down as well, and ends up being a 3-for-1 trade in favor of the Dire team. Well played there by NYJohn. Deafening Blast comes out to try and slow down the push. But in comes Enigma, who has a Black Hole available. And only 2 heroes here to defend. Shadow Demon will probably TP in momentarily, though. And make it 3. They can't really pressure this tier 2, so they're going to back up. A wise decision. Nature's Prophet is now working towards a mech, as he has a headdress and a buckler picked up. Queen of Pain picks up an ultimate orb. At 18 minutes, her farm isn't really where you want it to be, but after having a pretty poor start, she is coming back in a big way. Now 6 for 3 in terms of the kills. On a net worth graph, we can see 800 gold is going to be the lead of Clinks over Beastmaster, interestingly enough. We have seen Rikimaru drop down to 5,500, so hasn't been keeping up in terms of his farm. He's been a part of a lot of these team fights, but the deaths have definitely piled up. Now has already died 3 times. Does have that diffusal up. We see more items coming out across the board. Anything else of note? Shadow Shaman does have Arcanes, which is not bad considering he is the hard support, only 13 CS. So able to get those up pretty early. Clinks looks like he got that Orchid up just before the last fight. Maybe he picked up Power Treads as well. We saw him use the Orchid and it worked magnificently for them. Nature's Prophet we already talked about. Priz, can't click on him, but he does have a mech up for his team, so that's a really good pickup for Beastmaster. And Fable on that hard support role just has boots and a wand. Invoker does opt for a 4-staff this game. Hasn't finished up his drums yet. Can do so right now if he wants to. And Leshark picks up Arcane Boots and a Magic Wand as well. So that rounds up the items for everybody. See, wow, Riki instantly catching back up. And the thing about net worth is it's so up and down consistently. Looks like Coco Risen may be in trouble. He passes out the medallion on the creep to try and finish it off quick. But this is going to help out Rush. And Rush just needs a couple more attacks to finish him off. Down he goes. And Riki able to solo kill Nature's Prophet. They turn around and put some damage on him as well. But they don't have any invis detection. Shadow Shaman does have a sentry, but he wasn't close enough to get it off. Now regeneration picked up by Invoker in the bottom river spot. Only 1 tower kill for Mango Gaming thus far. Meanwhile, 3 towers down, 4 NYJohn. So they're looking a little bit better on that front. And that will give them that slight gold lead. Now Daddy is home, may be in a little bit of trouble as well. Rush going to focus on him. A couple more autos should be enough to finish him off, but he decides to back off as the Cloud was running out. Sonic Wave is popped, but it doesn't hit. The Scream does hit, and now Shadow Shaman's going to come in. He shoots him off, and down he goes. They turn it around to Rikimaru, who got a little bit greedy. Should have just backed off after he gave up the first time. And interesting to note that Daddy is Home is not going to go for that 4-staff, which I do find to be one of the best items possible on Queen of Pain against Rikimaru, just to get out of that Cloud right away. And he could have afforded it already. I would have liked to see that, but in this game he will not opt for that. Forgive me if you guys hear any noise in the background. My dogs are being rather obnoxious right now. I'm NYJohn, and this is the Go for Dota Saturday Night Cup, presented by GoForDota.com. This is the finals. NYJohn on the Dire Squad versus Mango Gaming on the Radiant team. And we have a really even effort thus far. The kill lead is 16-14 in favor of the Radiant. However, that can change in a moment's notice. Now Freak looking for a kill as he comes up the middle lane. Does pick up an Ogre Club as well in his bank, so going to be working towards probably a BKB. Safe bet, and not a bad option as well. That will allow him to attack within the Cloud, I believe. Yes. So it definitely helps out. And also, of course, stops him from getting disrupted, roared. Well, not roared, disrupted, cold snapped, and split earth. So definitely a good option. And we do see KIZ going to make the really aggressive look to go for this Roche. Nature's Prophet has had that medallion, so it's going to help out the effort if he ever uses it. Instead, they don't even need it. There's no rotation over. And this is going to be a free Roche for the Dire team. Sunstrike going to come in. It will notice that they're there, but it is far too late. Now, KIZ is going to have an Aegis in his inventory, and that's going to be tough for the Radiant to deal with in the next fight scenario. See how this actually pans out. They're going to need a little bit more invis detection, though, as it seems the only person that has any was Shadow Shaman. Now is Enigma with 1 sentry. I need some more dust on some of these heroes that want to really take out Rikimaru, as well as against the Quas West Invoker. We do see a smoke coming up on Magic Tim, as well as Fable and Chris. They want to get something going. They have a gem, so this could be pretty risky. I mean, the problem with picking up a gem against a team that can also make good use out of the gem, of course, is if Chris dies in the coming moments, it could turn around on them, but it is definitely a good choice. Around the 20-minute mark, I'd love to see teams go for that gem. Now we see Kokorism is going to be in a really bad spot. The Roar on top of him, the follow-up. It should be enough to take him down, but KIZ able to finish off someone as well. Kokorism still alive at the moment, but here he goes. He's just standing still. Is he stunned, disabled, disconnected? I'm not sure what's going on. The Tornado finishes him off, and Invoker gets the kill. Shadow Shaman gets a kill as well. And now the Black Hole is going to catch 3. Chris dropping pretty low. The Shackle on top of him. The smoke pops off from Riki to try and save Chris, but he's going to go down. Rikimaru trying to escape with his life. And like I just said, Chris with that early gem just hands it over. Not sure what happened with Nature's Prophet in that fight. It's kind of what threw me off. But now the gem is in the hands of the Dire against Rikimaru, and things have certainly turned against Mango Gaming. Knowledge is 0, looking pretty strong as they push on to the tier 2 here on the top lane. Dropping pretty quickly down to around half health. It looks like it already took a little bit of pressure. In comes Nature's Prophet. Let's check out what Nature's Prophet has going on in terms of his farm. He does have that mech and only 500 gold in the bank, so like I said, struggle for him. The tower's getting really low. Try for a soul catch on somebody, but doesn't quite pan out. Magic Tim coming forward, taking a good amount of damage, but now Rush is sheathed. They might try and just finish him off. Now the Malphite stun is keeping him in a bad spot. He pops off the smoke, but he's getting really low on health. He's just trying to finish off Rasta before he dies. He can't do so. Down goes Rush on that Rikimaru. Meanwhile, Leshrac dies as well as Nature's Prophet and Enigma combined for that kill. And they also get Shadow Demon on the back end of it. So a 3-for-0 trade. And now Knowledge is 0, looking like they're in the driver's seat. Complete control of this game. As we move forward past the 25-minute mark, Daddy is home with his Mystic Staff, about to finish off his Scythe of Vice. Having that next sheep is going to be so crucial for them and really will allow them to dominate even further in team fights. Things may be getting out of control for Mango Gaming. They need to kind of stop the bleeding in terms of these team fights. They've been awkward engagements that they really can't make the most out of. They have a pretty good team fight team if they can isolate a target, take it down with the Roar immediately, and make them fight down a man, but they haven't been able to do so all too well. Now KIZ is looking for his BKB. Once he gets that up, he's going to be able to deal a ton of damage in the middle of the fight without really being slowed down, unless they use the Roar on him, in which case it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to finish them off in the Roar, because the follow-up is going to be, I mean, if Rikimaru jumps in and everyone tries to auto-attack your KIZ, you're going to have a Black Hole set up for Enigma that's going to be favorable. Enigma does have that BKB now and can almost afford a Blink Dagger if that's what he wants to go for. So a couple tremendous item options coming up on Enigma in the very near future. We saw how good the last Black Hole was. If he can replicate that, the game is looking bad for Mango Gaming. Otherwise, Mango Gaming, if they can focus down on Enigma perhaps early on with the Roar, maybe they can turn a fight in their favor. Let's check out our graphs. Over 5,000 gold in favor of Knowledge is 0. Over 5,000 experience in favor of Knowledge is 0. Our net worth shows that 1,200 is the lead of KIZ over Queen of Pain, his teammate. Queen of Pain 300 over Invoker, and then Rikimaru's dropped all the way down to 5th. He's below 3 members of the Dire team. That's not where you want your Rikimaru to be. As I've said many times during the course of this game, you want a quick start, getting that defusal up early, and just really going out of control, balling, taking down everyone across the map, instilling the fear of God in everybody. But now that the Dire also have a gem, it's going to be that much more difficult for them to do so. Nature's Prophet has a gem, and that is a good option for them because Nature's Prophet, of course, can be anywhere with that global presence. So bringing in that invisibility detection is going to be crucial for them in turning around any ganks. that may come from Rikimaru. Now smoke up, and it looks like the Dire team are going to look to be the aggressors yet again. Marching up the middle lane, Roar already comes out on top of someone. It's Daddy is home in a bad spot. They do the disruption on him again. They keep him alive for a moment, and now they pop off the black hole on top of Just Magic Tim. Fab is taking a lot of damage, and this is a really scattered team fight. Already 2 heroes dead for the Dire. Now three for 2 as it stands. Kokorism going to put the spot on Chris. Freak going to try and finish him off. He's in the middle of a cloud, though. Has that extra miss chance. He's turning around trying to take down Rikimaru, but a triple kill for Invoker is looking bad for the Dire team. Freak just has to get out of here. Oh, man, he takes up a cold snap, though, and the board is slowing him down a lot. Freak may drop here, and he's going to lose the gem. Down he goes, a full team wipe for Mango Gaming. A really awkward team fight there. 4 knowledge is 0. Just as I spoke to the effect of how strong they were looking. Oh, man, that was not at all what they wanted to happen. I don't even... I mean, the black hole only hit on 1 support hero. So that's definitely a bad for them to begin with, but they also had, once again, that disruption on top of the Queen of Pain, who was roared, going in favor of them, and they still lost the team fight. So Freak not able to deal the most of his damage in that middle of that area. They need to try and take down Rikimaru and Invoker, but those heroes seem to be moving around free, dealing all their damage as they please to the opposition. So Mango Gaming with a big fight, able to turn it around and work their way right back into it. Our kill total is now 23-23 as we reach the 30th minute mark. I'm NYJohn. This is Go for Dota Saturday Night Cup. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. If you do, be sure to follow me here on Twitch. Also checking out my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/NYJohntv. Subscribe me there. I would really appreciate it. VODs will be available later tonight of the 2 matches broadcasted today. It looks like the Dire team is hovering around this Roche pit, but Roche not up for another 3 minutes. And I can't get my mind around that last team fight. It just seemed like everything should have been in favor of the Dire, and it just went horribly wrong. I mean, despite the disruption combo, they were still able to take down Queen of Pain before Queen of Pain could get a majority of her skills off. So that was definitely positive for them. But the black hole, if they were able to get it off right on the back end of the roar while Queen of Pain was disrupted, it would have turned out a lot more favorably. I wasn't really paying too much attention. So, oh, rush on the top lane, though. Down goes Rikimaru, caught off all alone in a really bad spot. They're able to pick off crucial hero for the Radiant team. And this game, once again, both games today, constant back and forth. It's not exactly huge plays being matched by both teams, but just these slight misplays and missteps are creating openings for either team every other moment. And it looks like Knowledge Zero want to push onto the base here. This is a risky decision. See what they're going to be able to make out of it. Roche is back up in 2 minutes. When NATO comes out, it's going to put Queen of Pain into the air. Follow up, they're going to drop down the Serpent Wards onto the tower. The glyph is available if they want to pop it off. Meteor comes down and try and push off the creeps. However, the treants are still in the base. Tower drops around half health. Fab does have a black hole. He's going to go ahead and pop the BKB. Jump in, he catches 3. A huge black hole. 2 are dead already. Chris now sheeped up. They're going to try and finish him off. The shackle on Chris. He's going to be taken down here. Daddy is home. One more auto attack. There he goes. 4 kills for the Dire team. This Rax is going to drop. Invoker is the last man standing. Rikimaru will be up in 2 seconds, but they will be able to stop that. A huge black hole by Enigma is going to set the pace of that fight. 4 knowledge is 0. EMP comes out to try and slow them down, but it won't be enough. Now Rikimaru in the middle of the fight. He goes on top of Fab. Fab got to be in trouble. He may drop. There he goes. Down he goes. And now he's going to move on. Shadow Shaman, one more attack. He's dead. Queen of Pain trying to rotate out. He's in trouble. Freak's going to take a couple autos though. Will they finish him off? Down he goes. And perhaps a little bit of an overextension. I thought they could have taken down the Rax, but Invoker plus Rikimaru, too much for them. And they only get a tier 3, but a tier 3 is still a pretty good result. They still win in terms of hero kills as well. 4 for 3 if we count it all together. And wow, that fight was outrageous. Catching those 3 heroes with the BKB up, and it's so crucial to catch off that Beastmaster. Beastmaster got sheeped up. I'm not even sure he was able to use a roar at all during that fight. And that really does restrict the utility of that hero. If he can't get off his ultimate, Roar is so important. That is the reason you select Beastmaster. I mean, he gives you a lot of map control with that Hawk, but Roar definitely is probably prioritized. And being able to slow down one hero for the entirety of a Roar duration, what is it at level 16? 4 seconds. It's really important. And now it looks like Knowledge is Zero going to try and work on a Roche here. Ultimate Orb up on Nature's Prophet. He's going to work towards his own Scythe of Vice. We'll see how quickly he's able to finish that off. Queen of Pain, 1700 gold in the bank. Not sure what she wants to head towards. No indication quite yet. Nobody really has tremendous farm in this Dire team. Freak has good farm, 33 minutes. He has a BKB and an Orchid, but it's more so expected. It's not really above what you'd expect. And now Queen of Pain picks up the Aegis. They're just making it work in these team fights, and Fav really has been the hero. He had that really bad missed black hole earlier on the onset. When he got level 6, he also had a bad miss one more time when he only caught one hero in it, and it was only one support hero, but now he's responded a huge black hole there. He also had a big black hole in like 4 in the middle game. So really up and down play coming out from Enigma, but the ups are right when they need it the most. Now Daddy Someone's going to pop off the Invis, but got to be careful. Rush going to come in here on top of Kokorism. In fact, he decides against it. Midnight Pulse is used by Enigma. Kokorism going to take a couple auto attacks. Down he goes. It's the first kill of the team fight. Roar comes out, but once again, Disruption is going to slow down the damage output on Freak, but he does go down. Daddy's Own pops out the Sonic Wave. It's not enough, and Mango Gaming are now winning this fight. They take down 2. Buyback comes out from Clinks, but he has to back off right away. Gem is up on Beastmaster, so he can't run in there. Doesn't want to be overzealous and get himself caught out. Now it looks like this tower is going to drop for Mango Gaming. Constant back and forth. 35 minutes into the game. 29-27 is the lead for Mango Gaming. I'm NYJohn. This is the Go For the Saturday Night Finals. Presented by GoForThe.com. Check out GoForThe.com for all of your weekly cups, content, coverage, and more. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the cast. And Mango Gaming, I'm not sure. Between the last 2 games, first 2 times I've ever seen this team, a lot of ups and downs. It's hard to put into words how close they come to losing and then how dominant they look in the 5-minute swing of things. And in the middle lane, here we go. This could be a big fight for the Dire. They have a black hole available. Mango Gaming just getting Roar back up, and it looks like they're going to back off. So wise decision here. They don't want to give the Dire anything. They don't need to. The Aegis was saved throughout that fight by Queen of Pain, who did not go down. So 1 slight positive for the Dire team. Also 2,200 gold in the bank for her, so she's on her way towards whatever the next item choice may be. BKB wouldn't be the worst choice, honestly, at this stage of the game. See, Mango Gaming has full team retreated. They're not taking any risks, so Rikimaru just does finish up his Yasha, working towards that eventual Manta, and in fact, he's going to refresh his Diffusal, so he gets a couple more charges on that. Diffusal upgrade. Leshrac does have a Ghost Scepter, so a good item to have against Clinks, of course. And now Beastmaster with the pipe up. Smoke coming out from them. They're going to run out here and look for someone to catch off. This is the opportunity Mango Gaming need to really get things going. They haven't really been able to get too much off the back end of the fights. Last time they got 1 tower, but they need to try and push on towards the base like KIZ did a couple minutes ago when they picked off a tier 3 tower in the top lane. And here we go. They're revealed. Chris is going to try and get this Roar off. Daddy is home standing still. He's going to get roared. Oh, no disruption, please. Not this time. It looks like they won't do it. Daddy's home taking a lot of damage. He has the Aegis. Instantly drop down Clinks, though, and he has no buyback. Queen of Pain's going to go down. Aegis is going to pop. Invoker with a double kill, though. He's got to keep doing work. Daddy is home going to try and run out. Do they have another disable to throw at him? No. And I didn't even notice this. Invoker has a Desolator up and a BKB. He is huge. 455 gold per minute on him. And now with Clinks down, Rasta down, they're going to push on towards the base. Try and take down a Rax here. And King TS dominating in that fight. Looks like base tower is going to be in trouble, perhaps even a Rax. Fav has a black hole, but there's no buyback for Clinks. So he's dead for a true 33 seconds. This is a great opportunity for Mango Gaming There's not going to be enough damage output on the back end of a black hole to really take down this squad, especially if they can get a pipe off before it. Pipes up in 6 more seconds. And the creep wave is destroyed, so slows them down a little bit more. 15 seconds, and I think the opportunity is lost. They back up to try and stop the Queen of Pain's pushing effort. So interesting choice by Mango Gaming. I think they could have gotten something out of that, but they decide against it. Once again, opt to be a little bit more on the cautious side, and you can't discredit them for that as it's been panning out so far. 31-27 is the kill lead for them. Let's check out our gold graph and see the effect on that. Let's see a little bit of a drastic drop in the last couple minutes, down towards 25. Still an advantage for the Dire team, but experience now up to 5,000 plus advantage for the Radiant. And that is understandable after the last couple team fights, getting big kills on high-level heroes. Our stat sheet shows us that 13 for 3 for 10 is the scoreline for King TS, so really dominant. Oh, blink in though, they put the silence on top of Fable. They're going to try and catch him out here, but they don't have enough follow-up. And now Queen of Pain going to go forward really far. Sheaves off Magic Tim. Fable's going to TV back to the base. He gets sprouted, but will still get out of there. And another awkward engagement that doesn't really pan out into anything. Curiosity. But nonetheless, they back off and continue to farm. Nature's Prophet, 1,400 gold in the bank. Still working towards that Scythe of Ice. Freak, only 900 gold in the bank. And like I've been saying, I hate to reiterate it, but the farms just aren't where they should be for some of these heroes. Freak started out the game so strong. Had that free farm, had it going. And now we're 40 minutes into the game. He only has an Orchid and a BKB. It's just, for a carry hero that had free farm in the initial phases of the game, I mean, it's just not enough, to put it frankly. Nature's Prophet farm is not where you want it to be. He has a medallion and a mech at 40 minutes. Where's the big item that he should have had? At least one big item, maybe two. Queen of Pain has at least one big item and 3,000 gold in the bank. And the same can be said of some of the members of the Radiant team. I mean, Rikimaru really stagnated his farm. He got it going again, though, on the back end of a lot of these team fights, and therefore has a little bit more going on than some of the heroes on the Dire team. Let's check out our net worth while we have a moment. And the whole game we saw dominance from the Dire. Now we can see 3 heroes are leading the way from the Radiant team, and by a large margin. Invoker over the next Dire team is 4,000 gold. That's a huge amount to have on an individual hero. Excuse me as I knock my mouse away and force the camera down a little bit. And once again, Mango are just going to back up. Not taking any big risks. What's the timer on Roche? 3 minutes until he's back. So Roche going to be another difference maker, but Knowledge is 0. I haven't really been able to convert with the last couple of Roche kills. So something to take into consideration. They're going to need a pickoff, and they were going for that in the middle lane, but everybody backed up pretty well. But they need to get a couple of these heroes down, or they need a tremendous black hole again. Those are the team fights we've seen them win. So Enigma, Fav. This game may rest on his hands. 2,000 gold in the bank as well, so slowly making his way to whatever he wants for his next item choice. And a little bit of a back and forth. The Hawk's going to spot him out here. Queen of Pain notices the Hawk, tries to scream and kill, but doesn't. There it goes. The Hawk is now down. But the Radiant know they're here, and it looks like they're going to try and rotate around from the side. Did they pop a smoke? No, they're just going to do it by foot. Beastmaster picking up a Reaver. So Messerschmitt's going towards a heart, I suppose. I don't see many Beastmasters that can afford to have a heart. It is also an interesting choice because perhaps Aghanims is a slightly better option. Aghanims lowers that cooldown to 45 seconds from 70. It's a 25-second swing. That's pretty big, and then also increases that range a good deal. So something to think about. Boker hasn't really gotten another item since he picked up that Deso. Does have 3,200 gold in the bank, though. So enough for a buyback if things do go astray. And here's the Roche respawn in a minute rather. And both teams seem to be sitting on that. The smoke has popped. 3 heroes here from the Dire team. We're going to rotate down. Queen of Pain leading the way. Hulk is going to watch the Roche pit. Daddy's home. This could be the pickoff they need. There's 4 heroes in the area though. Actually 5 heroes. Fab jumps forward. Malphite's stunned. And now Rikimaru pops off the silence. The roar on Fab. He goes down before he can even get a black hole off. Now Snow himself is in trouble. He's going to drop in a moment. Pops off that Ghost Scepter, but it's amplifying the damage from the Pulse Nova. And down he goes. Chris overlaps to try and find another hero kill. Will not be able to do so. And now the Roche is all but officially Mango's. And Enigma leading the way was too risky. Losing him really took away any possibilities the Dire team had there. And now this Roche kill going to go in favor of Mango Gaming. It's going to drop a cheese too, I believe. Yes, it will. So, this very well could be it. And that dropped in an instant. Oh, my. Cheese on Invoker. Aegis on Riki. Riki TP's back to the base to farm this. On the bottom lane. He also has 3,900 gold to make. If he wants to pick up another item, he can. Since he has that Aegis. Freak now picking up a Chrysalis. And once again, everyone's backing up and farming, but I think Mango Gaming know that they can be the aggressor now that they have the Aegis and the cheese. 33 to 27 is the kill lead. That's not really the big deal though. The farm on these heroes, their items, as my camera spells out once again, the farm on these heroes is really going to be the difference maker. I mean, these items are just above and beyond what their opponents have at this stage of the game. And Skull Basher now picked up by Riki as well, so doesn't go for the Manta quite yet. Opts for the Basher instead. And we'll just see when they want to try and pick their openings, try and push it forward. And perhaps they're waiting on this heart that is coming out now for Beastmaster. He is going to be so difficult to take down. He already is with a pipe and a mech, but adding a heart into the equation is really going to increase problem factor for the Dire team. Knowledge of Zero look like they're in a really bad spot now, and here it comes. It looks like the Radiant want to go for that bottom lane push. They're going to all rotate over as a team. And Mango Gaming, once again in a back and forth effort, look like they've taken a lead. Chris comes forward. He's looking for someone to roar out, but nobody is there quite yet. This could be the push to end all pushes. In the Saturday night Go for Dota finals. I'm NYJohn, your shoutcasting host. Thank you for joining me. If you've been with me for both matches, I really appreciate it. If you like my shoutcasting, you can, of course, follow me here on Twitch. Also, check out my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/NYJohntv. Make sure to go to gofordota.com, sign up for the weekly cups. We hold them on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a great experience for your team. Down goes this tier 2 on the bottom. Rikimaru picking up the last hit. And also, you could be on stream. I could be casting your game this time next week. Who knows? Push just to try and force them back, and it does do so. So, not a bad option here from the Dire team. Putting pressure on that top lane forces them back. This is something we haven't seen them do all too much with Nature's Prophet. Kind of offer that split push, make them respect the Nature's Prophet's ability to kind of spread the map. But now he may be in trouble. He does have that sheep finish now. Pursuit is out. Tornado misses. Rush not giving up quite yet, though. He's going to run a Kokorism. No, he gets out just in time. That would have been really bad if they picked him off. So Mango Gaming, with the full retreat, it looked like we were about to make some headway. They got that tower. They might go for the tier 2 in the middle now and try and push on the back end of that. Wouldn't be too bad of an option. Item comes out to Beastmaster. It is just another TP, it looks like. So that's the other problem, is Beastmaster is the holder of the gem. And to get rid of the gem, you have to go through 2,700 health, plus a pipe, plus a mech. So, really tall task. And now Rikimaru is sitting on 2,800 gold himself. We'll see if he wants to go for that Abyssal Blade, or if he wants to go for his Manta, which he could finish up right now if he wanted to. Freak coming out towards the top lane. 2 heroes up here. The backup is in the area, though. He needs to be very careful. And, in fact, just barely spotted by Beastmaster in the river. Everyone's going to back up from the Dire team. And Mango are going to decide to push this lane since this is the exposed racks on their side of the map. So want to bring this one forward. This is going to be the lane they're going to try and break through with. Question is, will they commit to it? Or are they going to back up? We do see on the bottom lane, Nature's Prophet is pushing once again. He's going to bring this forward as far as they allow him to. Looks like Mango Gaming are actually going to look for a pick. They're not going to continue on with the push. And pop off a smoke up here. Now head down, perhaps towards the bottom lane. Shadow Sharp needs to TP out of here. The rest of his teammates are gone. He's going to walk out. They're not going to catch anybody, though. So once again, Mango Gaming playing very carefully, erring on the side of caution, but perhaps unnecessarily so. Their farm just seems to trump the opposition's. I know the gold graph really isn't telling that, but the concentration of farm on the heroes that need to have it, it's an entirely different story. We can see gold per minute 438, 448, and 350. And this is really what's dragging them down to 164 and 186, but these are 2 support heroes. So that's what's counteracting them. Meanwhile, there's more of an even distribution, but they don't have... It's not quite as high, and you can tell in terms of what it's culminated in, there's not those big items on everybody. Quinnipiac now does have a BKB. Lynx now has 3,000 gold in the bank, so going towards perhaps that Daedalus to finish it up. Enigma sitting on 2,100. No real indication of what he wants to go for next yet. And Nature's Prophet, 1,100, just finished up that side device moments ago. So not really going for anything else quite yet. Now the middle lane's going to be pushed up. So perhaps this is the moment we've been waiting for. Mango Gaming, the face-off. Axes come out, going to take down the Eidolons and the Treants. The final outer base tower for the Dire is certainly in jeopardy of losing its life right now. More Treants just thrown into the mix. They're not even attacking. Just stand and die. And tower's taking the focus from King TS. Meanwhile, we see Queen of Pain is going to be pushing the top lane. Bottom is being pushed by Nature's Prophet and Clinks. Mango Gaming, will they retreat? Yes, they will yet again. I think they're paying them a little bit too much respect, honestly. If they march in here, both teams have Glyph. They're going to be able to melt down the towers a little bit quicker than their opponents can. But better be safe than sorry, I suppose. Let's pick up our buyback status and see two members of the Dire team can afford buybacks. Oh, Radiant, excuse me, and 3 members of the Dire can afford buybacks. So whenever this next fight does happen, buybacks are going to be crucial, and we'll make sure we keep an eye on that. In fact, I might leave that up for a while. I think the Dire just know they're behind, so they don't want to be the aggressors. They're really staying in the back foot, trying to get their farm up, and this is a good opportunity for them to do so. I mean, as much as I keep reiterating the fact that they don't have the big items, they can work their way towards them, and a lot of these heroes on the Radiant are going to cap out. We see Invoker is already sitting at, he has the cheese, he has upgraded to Boots of Travel. He's going to have to get rid of his drums soon for his next item. There's so much gold. Now in the bottom lane, though, top lane rather, Freak's going to be in trouble. He gets caught out here and taken down. Not a good look for Clinks. He has buyback available. They got to force this, though. Here it comes. It looks like Mango are going to push this top lane. Spot off Daddy is home, but he's going to full retreat. Link back to the base, and once again, they're going to just go through the jungle. Perhaps a little bit optimistic to think any of the opponents are going to be standing idly in the jungle. And here is the push. But once again, will they back up to respect the Nature's Prophet? That is the question. Snow and Stuff and Fav are down here. One of them was spotted off by the ward, I believe, with Snow and Stuff. We saw Pink coming out as well. I'm marching on towards the base. There's nobody in the base to defend. Illusions are bringing up the middle lane a little bit as well. And Glyph is available. It's going to have to be popped immediately. Here we go. We have Daddy's Home coming up. Wave destroyed. Tower going to be focused down now. We'll get it melt really quickly. Already down to 3/4 health. Is Coco Risen going to come back? Not sure. The tower is down. Rax is going to be the next focus. This is going to be the first Rax taken down of the game. 53 minutes into it. And they back off immediately. See what happens if they don't back off just to respect the one Nature's Prophet who can't really push as quickly as they can. They get a Rax. So they get that. Roche is going to respawn in a minute, so they're going to lose the Aegis on, I think Rikimaru has it. Yep. But they'll get another cheese, so maybe they want to focus on that right now. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. But now full Rax taken down. An even worse look for Knowledge of Zero. Check out our gold graph, just continually growing in favor of the Radiant. Experience capping out around 10,000. Seems to be a little bit up and down and even at that point. Nature's Prophet now has 3,500 golden bank, but needs to be careful. Rush is in the area. And Rush does have that Abyssal Blade finished up. Now loses his Aegis. So they'll know that Roche is back up. However, the Dire team are rotating in first, so they're going to go for this Roche kill. Klink's going to deal a lot of damage to it. Sunstrike's going to spot it off. They need to get in here quickly, though. Roche is dropping pretty quickly. Uh-oh, down to half health. Tornado comes in, though. It's going to catch two off into the air. Slows down the effort for certain. Now Deafening Blast. They sheep off the Invoker, though. Invoker going to get disrupted. Really well played. Fab going to come in with the black hole and catch three in it, though. One's dead. Two's dead. Rikimaru's picking everyone off on the back end, though. Rush dealing so much damage. Fab is going to be the next target. No, Coco Risen first. Now Fab is dead. And 4 heroes dead. Ultra kill for Rikimaru. And they're going to be able to get Roche as well in a moment. GG is called. And Knowledge of Zero is taken down by Mango Gaming. GG, Mango Gaming are your Go for the Saturday Night Cup champions. In 55-minute fashion. A team that I hadn't seen before this week, but come in and win 2 straight games and take the win and the championship. So well played. Now they're just going to march through the base. Couple disconnects coming out. I want to thank everyone who has watched. I want to thank all the teams that have participated. And I'm NYJohn. This is Go for Another presentation. Of course, make sure to sign up. Check out goforanother.com. We'll have so much more coverage as we move forward. Like I said, sign up for Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday Cups. Wednesday is the Dota Fight Night Cup, I believe. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the Go for Dota, respectively, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday Night Cups. One more time, I'm NYJohn, your shoutcasting host. Thank you for tuning in.